Alright, so I've got the Crua completely set up. You can use it as a hammock. It comes with a rain cover, mosquito netting, all built in. You can remove the rain cover. The underquilt for the Lawson Blue Ridge hammock. I don't think Crua makes one yet, but this fits perfectly. And I have slept in this before, very comfortable. Overall, this is a really comfortable hammock. It's a little heavy. I think it comes in just under 5 pounds, so depending on what you consider heavy or light, this may or may not be an ideal backpacking solution, but it's certainly great for car camping. Again, because you have the versatility of it being a bivy or a one-man tent on the ground, or as a hammock. The only thing I really can't find information about on the website, and I contacted Crua via email, never heard back because I'm just Joe Nobody, but I asked about what the material, the hammock body itself, what the material is. It feels kind of like a, I don't know, maybe a polyurethane coated material. I'm assuming it's pretty rugged. It's got to be waterproof since it's designed to be a tent as well. Now the attached rain fly that you can remove, it adequately covers the hammock completely. I'm not concerned about getting wet inside the hammock, but if you wanted space to cook and change clothes and have more of a campsite, long-term camp, you'd have to bring an extra tarp and cover the system, which really isn't that big a deal because you wouldn't need that large of a tarp, really. Plenty of breathability with this hammock. It's got vents at the head and the foot that stay open. Again, you've got this mosquito netting all the way around. So this is a great system, I think, for fall, winter camping, rain, cool weather. Okay, so with the flap down, it zips on both sides. It amply covers the hammock body itself. There's about, I'm going to say about 4 inches of overlap or so. Even in tent mode, this would be the bottom portion of the tent, or in hammock mode, the hammock body. Then you've got about a 4-inch lip. And then for a little added measure, you've got some Velcro tabs there to keep it from flying around if it gets windy. So that's nice. I mean, overall, I think it's a very well thought out system. One of the downsides is material and the spreader bar. It doesn't require a spreader bar, similar to a bridge hammock, but it's not, the material's not cut like a bridge hammock. It's spreader bars in the sense that it's a spreader bar hammock. They were kind of tough to get in these pockets. They're I don't know the length off the top of my head. I'll post the specifics or a link to the site, but basically they simplified the system. I guess the first and second generation spreader bars had holes in them, and the suspension lines actually ran through the spreader bar. And when you're ready to take the hammock down, I'm assuming it was on a bungee cord, and you kind of just pulled it apart and folded it in half, and then you rolled the hammock up like that. Now what they did was you can completely remove the spreader bar, so if you're going to go camping and use it in tent mode only, there's really no need to take the spreader bar. You could just take this system and then put a few stakes out and hold the tent out. Same here to keep your rain fly open. Oh, and one other note. When I received the hammock, these suspension lines were gathered and simply tied in an overhand knot, and it was a little bit kind of canted at an angle. So what I did was I undid the overhand knot and I tried to keep it under tension, get all the suspension lines straight, and I just wrapped it, you can see there, with 550 cord to kind of form a loop up here at the end, and then I hooked my snap link to it to kind of straighten that out, because the way they had tied the overhand knot was just a little bit, the hammock kind of just listed to one side. I didn't like that. And I might redo this later. This was just kind of hastily done. I've got it like that on both ends. Here's the vent window at the head end of the hammock. I hope I'm getting that. Yeah. It comes with this little straight piece that connects with Velcro there to hold the vent open. So even in heavy rains, you got the sides down. You can still get some ventilation, cut down your condensation. So the rain fly has these little orange, kind of like a little scrunchie someone might hold their hair up with, but it's on all 4 of the corners of each side of the hammock has one. So I've just I put some small bungee cords on her to kind of put the flap in porch mode, if you will. Give yourself a little extra coverage if you had gear. That's today's look at the Crua Hybrid hammock. I think I'm saying that properly. I'll use the correct terminology in the description in case I butchered that. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.